Token Records is really my home. I'd say it's where I'm loyal to the most, and it's been in an incredible way. The label has grown since the beginning, and it was great for me to do the first release and to kind of see the way the label has got bigger and stronger since then. And right now I'd say it's definitely one of the big labels in the techno scene, and looks like the future is pretty good. There's new artists coming on board, new projects coming up, so for me that's a good place to be. Token Records is pretty focused on the floor, on the club, but at the same time, yeah, I've always had this passion to experiment a bit more and be a bit more brave with my sounds and the emotional element. I think I've been able to do that even with Token, with my releases since the beginning. There have been some pretty bold tracks on the releases, and especially the album last year, it gave me a bit more freedom to express the stranger side of some of my music. I wouldn't say it's ever gone as far as the music I was releasing on Asymmetric, for example, before, where that was really my own control and my own output. But I'm not feeling limited at the moment. I'm feeling pretty free with the music I'm doing. It's getting a good reception as well. Yeah, I would say in the past I've had a huge influence of IDM in my music, and again the asymmetric material, especially when I turned it into a digital label and was doing everything for free. That was like complete liberty in a way for me to cross the bridge between techno and club and IDM and emotional or more experimental music. Space between just pretty typical of that kind of freedom. I was just, I had a lot of time then, this is quite a few years ago, so I had a lot of time to experiment with software and hardware and produce a lot of music, which Asymmetric let me release, because I had no one else to please, no one else to control it, and that was a nice track for sure. I think I've always had a bit of a punk streak in my attitude to the way I make music, and in a way to the way I've released music in the past. I never really tried to follow the like trends or the herd, just to do music that satisfies me. And in the same way, it became a bit frustrating, like 10 years ago, around 10 years ago. The vinyl scene was having trouble, and the digital scene was like really in its infancy, and nobody really understood it yet because distribution was completely changing. And I just wanted to put my music there for free. I didn't really see the point of somebody else benefiting from the music, and I didn't see anything except obviously the satisfaction of making it. I could just shortcut that and put the music out for free. And that was a great feeling. I know I'd still do it, I just haven't had time to focus on the Asymmetric label for a little bit of time because of concentrating on Token and having a family and traveling a lot. That's still my agenda. Music is something that should be enjoyed and should be free in a way. You shouldn't have this commercial pressure so much. Of course that's good for some people or for some reasons, but for me, music should be a free expression. I think the distribution of music has become a lot more democratic in a way. That's not necessarily a good thing. That actually changes the way quality control can happen. But it's a good thing in terms of freedom for people to try to push their music out. And it's a good thing in terms of shaking up the whole business model, because that's a good thing usually. Good things come from changes. But it's also, it's incredibly difficult for people to get noticed now. which is the other side of the equation. But yeah, we are. It's kind of still the infancy of digital music. I mean, I don't know where it's going to go in the next 5 or 10 years, even, or beyond. Well, yeah, beyond techno, I have some other passions. Of course, in photography, well, I would say photography used to be one, but that changes when you start a family, and I have a lot less time to indulge in all the things I would like to do. Or maybe that's just a function of getting older a bit. But it's photography I enjoy. It's another kind of creative streak, and it's just interesting to try and see the world in a different way. And I would say I got that from my dad. He was into photography. When I was a kid, he was like developing his own pictures in a small room under the stairs with this red light on, and as a kid I was fascinated by that. So I actually inherited his equipment because he died quite a long time ago, but that really got me into it. I enjoy it a lot, and it kind of documents the places you've been as well, or makes you remember them in a more permanent way, I think. Well, I'm juggling like a lot of things in life, especially now. So music is doing really well, but it's just one dimension of what I have to do. I'm working in London still, and running a family as well, or having a family, and it's all like different kinds of pressures and different kind of problems and solutions. So I think it's quite a healthy situation to have, where you are not like relying on any one thing completely. So I think maintaining a kind of regular job is a good balance. It means I can make music, like I was saying before, I can concentrate on music more for the passion side and be a bit freer. But at the same time, it does get quite exhausting sometimes. Like, I can't pretend that I have unlimited energy. But I like it, and you're solving similar problems in your work and in the music side, and traveling is a great thing to do. So it's, as long as I can do all these things, I'll carry on doing it, I think. I have coming up in the future, I have a new EP for Token coming up in about a month, all being well. New tracks also in the background for next year. We talked about another album already, which I think will be an exciting project, but I'm not quite sure yet how it's going to go, because the last album was, I think, it was quite successful, and it's always difficult to follow that kind of project. But excited to try. Just time to make music is a lot more difficult now, because I'm traveling quite a lot with the bookings and all the other things I mentioned already. So actually makes me focus on the Token releases quite a lot now, and try to get those right to represent myself that way as much as I can. Well, it's pretty exciting to be coming to Marseille soon. It'll be my first time to play there. And I've had great experiences with parties in France, especially the last couple of years. But I mean, I've been playing in France for probably 15 years or more. Occasionally. The last couple of years, the parties have been like really, really good, really intense crowds, and quite often really energetic as well. And that's, for a DJ and for the crowd, I think that's a really good situation to be in. So I'm kind of hoping Marseille is gonna be the same, and we have a good night and a good connection, because that's the most important thing. It's not just about the DJ, it's about the people in front of you as well. So let's see how it goes. longue journée.